And we welcome you to Everett Community College. And tonight it is the Northwest District 3A basketball tournament. We start with the girls basketball, and it's the Snohomish Panthers and the Arlington Eagles. And we're ready to go down to Steve Willits on the sidelines with Ken Roberts, head coach of the Snohomish Panthers.
There we are. We are with Ken Roberts right now. Coach, big game tonight, a rematch. These two teams just meeting just a couple weeks ago. Chance for revenge, is that what's on the mind right now, or is it more about the RPI or the banner, or all of the above, right?
I don't think we really have a chance to get in the top 8 RPI-wise, but it'd be nice to be 9 if we're not. So, yeah, it's about the district tournament, and it's about an experience for the girls that you can't ever get another chance at. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's weird, we played Arlington 2.5 weeks ago or something, but it seems like just a few days ago because we haven't played or practiced since, really. So, yeah, we're excited.
What did you take away from the Arlington game? What did you learn about yourself and them as the team that you're going to try to apply to tonight's game?
We held them to 40, which is pretty good. We went 13 for 35 from the line, which is inexcusable. But we're not a very good free throw shooting team, honestly. We're not that bad, but we're not great. And so we've got to step up and start making free throws at this time of year to win games. And they've got to do things to stop our bigs that give us shots, and we've got to make those. Defensively against them, you got to chase them off the three-point line because they can make runs real quick when they get threes up.
Snow's cleared up. We're in the championship game. Good to be here, isn't it?
Real good to be here. Yeah, real nice.
Coach, best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys are doing this. Thanks.
There you go. That's Steve Willits along with Ken Roberts, head coach of Snohomish Panthers. Tom Lafferty along with Alex Clausius. And Alex, snow just really disrupted everything for the last 2 weeks.
Exactly. You go for weeks after weeks of 2 games per week, and then you have practices, you get in a rhythm, and then there's no snow, and you can't drive anywhere. And sure, you can go play at the YMCA or go shoot baskets with mittens on or gloves, but nothing beats, hey, you're in the championship, hey, you're going to play like Snohomish at 11 a.m. on a day where you didn't even have school. So it's one of those things that's just a little bit different.
And let's go down to Steve, who's made his way over to Joe Marsh, head coach of the Arlington Eagles. Steve.
All right, and we are with Joe Marsh right now. Coach, #1 seed coming in. You just beat this team 2 weeks ago, but it's 0-0 on the board right now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a tough one tonight. It's 2 really good teams. It's fun to be here. We're looking forward to a tough battle again tonight.
Talk about the expectations coming into this season. Such a young team, a team that didn't have a lot of success or as much as you would have liked last year, and here we are in the championship game. You're the #7 seed right now in the RPI, and that's kind of a big deal right now, isn't it? You need to be in that top 8.
It's a huge deal. Yeah, I'll tell you what, these kids, we had a little bit of a rough start. We knew we had a chance to be pretty good, but the improvement in these girls over the course of the year has been really, really impressive. I told them that. I've been telling them that for the last couple of weeks. They worked really, really hard. They just keep getting better and better and better, and we're really happy to be here. I'll tell you what, maybe I didn't expect it at the beginning of the year, but we're getting 16 out of 17. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves right now.
I can imagine you are. Big third quarter last night, too, against Edmonds Woodway. 35-12, I think, was the scoring for the second half. What do you need to do to carry that momentum into tonight's game?
We'll hope our legs stay fresh. It's tough in 3 days, 3 games in 3 days. We rely on our depth, which is good. We're a deep team. It's going to be a defensive battle with these two teams, so hopefully we can put some points on the board. That's going to be the key. Maybe wear them down a little bit with our pressure. That's the hope.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Steve, along with Joe Marsh, head coach of the Arlington Eagles. And Alex, both these teams started the season very much like each other, with Arlington with a rough start.
Exactly. Well, Arlington, you have the 7 RPI, though, in the meantime, so they've done a great job winning 16 of 17, but losing 3 of your first 4 games, that's a tough road to go by. But Coach Marsh and the Arlington Eagles, they've stepped back. Look, they're in the district championship right now for 3A.
And the Snohomish Panthers also off to a rough start.
Exactly. I remember when we were at Prairie during the holiday break, and they lost 57-18. I know Prairie's #1 and just a perennial powerhouse, but once again, now they're here. It's 3A. They're playing Arlington, a #7 team, so 2 great teams going at it. And ultimately, it's all about, hey, let's go win a little championship.
And what do the coaches want to do? You got to be playing your best basketball right now.
Exactly. And I always say, I think Coach Roberts alluded to it a little bit. They were 13 of 35 at the line. It's all about hitting the free throws and doing the little things, because sometimes when you're in a stage that's not a gym that you really know, and being here at Everett Community College at this great facility, don't let the moment get too big.
And we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with an opening tip-off and game action in tonight's starting lineups. It's the Arlington Eagles, the Snohomish Panthers for the Northwest District 3A Girls Championship, back on STSPN.com.
I've been wanting to buy this truck, and I've been so busy with work that I haven't been able to make it into the dealership. Well, Raritan's of Monroe is actually bringing the vehicle to me. I gotta go. It looks like it's here right now. I'll call you back.
Too busy to schedule a test drive? Raritan's of Monroe will bring the test drive to you. It's part of our new concierge service. Personalized car shopping built for today's customer. It's another reason why Raritan's of Monroe is a
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Everett and Lake Stevens, we'll help you find what you're looking for and offer friendly advice too. Owners Greg and Christine are all about serving their customers and their community. They support local high school sports and many other community organizations and events. So the next time you need help with your to-do list or project around the house, bring it to Ace. They'll greet you at the door and help you find whatever you need fast. Show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens and Everett Greenway in Everett. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
And we welcome you back to the Walt Price Fitness Center, Larry Walker Court, Everett Community College. Beautiful facility, a great place for district basketball. We've got a good matchup here in this Northwest 3A Girls Championship between the Snohomish Panthers, their head coach Ken Roberts, and the Arlington Eagles, their head coach Joe Marsh. And we'll take a look at the starters as they come out here for both teams. But earlier today, Edmonds Woodway and the girls in a loser-out game beat Ferndale 58-47, and Stanwood earlier in the boys beat Shorewood 59-58. So we will step out, come back with the starting lineups and game action. It's Stanwood and Arlington, Snohomish and Arlington right here on STSPN.com.
As a leading builder of new homes and commercial properties in Western Washington, Gamut 360 Holdings has built a reputation for honest communication, exceptional customer service, and superior craftsmanship since 2003. Our 360-degree construction approach guarantees each project is designed and built with you in mind, matching first-class materials with the highest of construction standards. From the planning stages to the final walkthroughs, Gamut 360 delivers trusted, sustainable investments that exceed owner expectations and transform Northwest neighborhoods. Gamut 360. Design, create, inspire.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
And we're ready to go. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Snohomish Panthers, RPI number 11. They'll start Kinsley Gallatin. Kinsley will come out. They're going to do it alternating. They haven't been all day, and now they're going to do alternating possession. Haley Hyatt will start for the Arlington Eagles. So Kinsley Gallatin for Snohomish, Haley Hyatt for the Arlington Eagles introduced first. Now for the Snohomish Panthers, a 5'9" freshman, Ella Gallatin. She's wearing number 5. So the sisters Kinsley and Ella. And then for the Arlington Eagles, Abby Schwark, a 5'8" sophomore. So 2 sophomores in the lineup so far for the Arlington Eagles, a junior and a freshman. So that averages out, right? It's exactly the same.
Exactly, yeah, it's probably a sophomore. 2 sophomores, a junior and a freshman, same thing.
So now for the Snohomish Panthers, Kayla Soderstrom, a 5'6" sophomore. And on the other side coming out will be Abby Hassing, a 5'7" sophomore. So both these teams, a very young team, yet to have a senior introduced in the first 6 players for both teams. Now coming out for the Snohomish Panthers next will be a senior, and she's a good one, Maya Duchesne, the 5'8" senior. She just lit it up now in the second half of the season. She's led the Panthers to this district championship
and
game.
She does a little bit of everything, too. She can score, she can pass, and she ultimately, like you mentioned before, with all these kind of younger players, she's that senior kind of stable for Snohomish.
Sierra Shepley comes out, a 5'4" junior, and introduced there. And then finally for the Snohomish Panthers will be Courtney Perry, a 6-foot post player, and she is a senior. And so Perry introduced, and finally for the Arlington Eagles will be Josie Stupi, a 5'4" sophomore. So not a senior in the starting lineup for the Arlington Eagles, 2 seniors in the lineup for the Snohomish Panthers. Both these teams already will be going to the regional basketball tournament, which will happen next weekend. Because of the snow, they've extended the districts into Monday, but Monday evening they will put up the matchups and the pairings. And Alex, I did some math.
Oh, good.
Gosh.
Tough for you.
8 regional games for each classification,
Yep.
boys and girls.
Okay.
So 16 teams times 2, 32 teams.
Sure.
6 classifications. They have to schedule next weekend 96 regional games in a 2-day span.
And Frank Foster's been telling us, hey, it's going to be up WIA website at 5 p.m. We have a game, the 4A boys, starts at 3. So once that one's done, it's kind of like that Big Ten tournament on Selection Sunday. They play, but they already probably have a couple of brackets made up to see who wins that.
Yeah, if they're starting with a blank slate right at 5 o'clock, then they're in trouble.
You never know, though.
192 teams are affected here, and everyone's been affected by the weather. Here we go. Riaz Kanji has the ball. The ball's in the air, and we are underway. The Class 3A Northwest District Girls Basketball Championship underway, and the Arlington Eagles will control. Arlington in the white uniforms, dark blue numbers, gold trim, moving to our right, and an open 3, wide open 3 ball that won't go for Stupi for Arlington. We have a whistle, and
not again.
The dreaded shot clock goes off. We've been here a couple of years, and we've had problems with that. Now they're going to turn off the entire system and reboot. Well, it's the first thing to tell you with your computer. Well, restart the whole thing and see what happens, and that's not going to bring it back. It was off a couple of times earlier in the day, and they spent some time pushing and hitting and throwing basketballs at the clock. There's been a problem here since they built the place. You know, this is a perfect building. We've talked about they did not make a mistake, except for that shot clock has been bad over and over again. So they're going to clear the floor and see if they can get that to get repaired. Here it comes. The guy in the red, the guy in the red, he's going to come. He's grabbing his phone, and he's walking out.
He's
leaving.
I'm not doing it.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to do it. He spent about 5 minutes in the previous game throwing basketballs at the clock. So he went off into the hallway. Someone better check that there's not any kind of a weapon out there, because I think he's sick and tired of the whole thing out there. But I'm not trying to make a joke about it, but we see him in the hallway, just barely. Now he's going to make his way back into the gym. He called, tendered his resignation. Now he's going to come back. I think he called the baseball coach to see if he can get some hard balls out of the storage and start throwing them at. Now they're going to do some wiring, it looks like, over there on the. What I want to do is send Willits down to check and see what's going on. That is the west side here. Yeah, this court runs east and west, and that's the west end. They turned off the score clock again, and I think Joe Marsh just went up to the official and says, you know what, turn it off, let's just play.
Yeah.
So we will see what they do, as they're going to try to effect repairs of some description, and now they want to talk to the referee. And they're saying what they did before was turned off the 30-second clock, and then about 10 seconds later, it turned back on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they took a couple of shots at it. He needs a spotter. Yeah. So they're trying to take a couple
Frank's
of shots.
Running.
Frank Foster, our friend, is running over to the corner. No, he just ran to the garbage can. And they're and they just keep throwing it against the backboard to see if they can get the kind of like wiggling the plug on the Christmas tree lights. They're just trying to get it to go. They're going to say, let's play on. We're going to announce the 30-second shot clock, and then when they announced that last time, it turned on. So they're going to announce at 10 and then at 5. So here we go. Snohomish will have their first possession of the basketball game. A 0-0 tie. We're only a few seconds into the ball game. And now coming down, Panthers almost throw it away. There's still the ball is on the floor. It's going to come away into the hands of Arlington. Sierra Shepley with it. She brings it up, swings in the corner to Hyatt. Hyatt to the baseline. Standing there in the key a long time. Got it off to her teammate, Abby Schwark. It would not go. And she's going to go to the free throw line and try to get the first point to the ball game and try to do that at the stripe. And the foul is going to be whistled here on
Courtney
Snohomish.
Perry.
It's going to be on Courtney Perry, her first personal foul, first team foul. Yeah.
But see the ball go through, settle everything down, get some points on the boards. The championship, sometimes your emotions and adrenaline are pumping a little bit too strong.
And the first one is no good. So Schwark will get another, and it's on the way, and it's no good as well. And the Panthers will grab it, and the Kayla Soderstrom on the rebound. They'll bring it up. Gallatin. Kinsley Gallatin with it. She's going to get pushed. A little overplay on the defense there, and the Josie Stupi is going to pick up the foul, her first personal foul, first team foul. And so inbounds here for Snohomish with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Cross court, open shot, open look, won't go. That's a miss by Soderstrom. Kind of a try for a putback, won't go for Gallatin. But Snohomish Panthers reload and they'll restart the offense again with Kinsley Gallatin over to the left-hand side, laying up and good. Kayla Soderstrom find the open player, probably get a lay-in.
She was open the entire time. The whole 45 seconds they were probably down there. No one was covering her. I don't know if they were in a zone or someone just missed her, but she was wide open.
She's kind of small, but maybe not that small.
No.
And so a little overplay in the defense here. The Panthers affect a turnover here, and it will be Snohomish basketball taking it away from Arlington. Arlington coming in at 17-4 overall. Snohomish coming in at 14-7 overall. Panthers with playoff wins so far last 2 days. Actually, Wednesday beat Ferndale 47-34 and beat Shorecrest last night 35-29. And now the Eagles come away with the basketball. That's Shepley. Give it to Hassing. Hassing being hassled here defensively.
I knew that was going to come up. I was just about to think about it. Arlington can't get anything going offensively. No motions, no plays or anything. There's just a lot of 1v1.
Inside 10 seconds now to shoot. Long outside. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass. Whatever it was, it goes into the hands of Snohomish, and they have the basketball with 30 to shoot, and here we go. Panthers with the ball and the lead, 2-0. Early going, it's kind of off to a rough start here. Again, wide open. This time, a defender steps out over to the left side. Down low, they go to Ella Gallatin with the bucket, up and good, and the Panthers with a 4-point lead.
Panthers going with a little bit of a press, speed up Arlington.
Eagles will bring it out of backcourt. Hassing. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Duchesne. So Arlington keeps it. They'll throw it in from the sideline. Passing into front court. Rocking back and forth with the dribble. 10 seconds to shoot. Kind of tentative with it. Down to 5 seconds to shoot. Going in too hard off the glass. Abby Schwark with the miss, and it'll be Snohomish. Arlington just out of sorts.
Out of sorts. Snohomish is playing great defense too, but Arlington really hasn't had a good-looking shot. I don't think they've hit the rim. They missed both those free throws.
Perry gets it down low, gets fouled on the way in. And Arlington picks up the foul here. It looks like it's going to be Haley Hyatt will pick up the foul. Her first personal foul, second team foul. And a timeout on the floor called by Joe Marsh of the Arlington Eagles. And we'll step aside with 4 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Snohomish 4, Arlington nothing. Back with more here on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
They've had the ladder out, and they were trying to effect some repairs to the clock on the west backboard. Didn't work. Of course, they had the ladder about 10 feet away from the basket. He was reaching across the Grand Canyon to try to make the repairs.
That seems like a end of the quarter type project. But
yeah.
Coach Roberts said earlier in the game, free throws going to be big for them, and that's for Courtney Perry now. That's first 1 of 1, 100%.
And the Panthers off to a 5-0 lead. As we mentioned, I think Joe Marsh just wanted to calm things down. Both free throws good. The lead is 6 for the Panthers. The number 11 ranked in the RPI Panthers. Arlington coming in at number 7 at 17-4. Snohomish at 14-7. Dribble drive. I'm not sure if Shepley was going for the scoop lay-in, but they do keep it. Eagles with it. You know, we're saying that Arlington looking out of sorts offensively. I think it's because of the Snohomish defense.
Exactly. They've mixed up their defense as they played zone for the first few possessions. They're back to man right now.
2-1 to shoot. And that's going to be, no, they've used too much. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
At least Frank Foster could put shot clock in his job resume going forward.
Yeah, he says it at 10, then he says it again, and then counts down 5, 4, 3. So you can't help but hear it. Here's Snohomish with the basketball after the turnover. Courtney Perry. Now Duchesne. Duchesne looked at the shot, didn't take it, gives off a nicer looking shot that won't go. It's going to be an air ball there for Ella Gallatin, and Arlington will have it. As Shepley gets double teamed as he crosses the timeline, chase the ball down. Who's got it? Last touch by Arlington. Tough Snohomish defense. 5 turnovers.
That press right there wasn't exactly more of a press, more of a trap, but forced the turnover because they had the 3 defenders, the half-court line, and the 2 Snohomish girls right around her.
You know, in boys basketball, sometimes you'll use the press and try to make them not get across the timeline. There's no timeline in girls basketball. There is over and back, but it just affects the passing lanes, and it gets you out of sorts. Plus, you have 30 seconds to shoot instead of 35 like in the boys game. Perry has it for Snohomish. Panthers with a 6-0 lead in the district championship game. Turnaround jumper 3 comes off, no good. Kinsley Gallatin with a miss. Back up, no good. So Sister Ella grabbed the rebound, and off the offensive rebound, gets fouled on the way up, and she's going to get 2 at the stripe.
She's been very active. Couple of rebounds, had a nice layup earlier, and now going to the free throw line.
Haley Hyatt with the foul, her second personal foul, 3rd team foul. And I think Haley Hyatt's going to have a seat. First free throw, ooh. She was long with it, but then it kind of popcorn poppered and dropped in. Hyatt will go to the bench with 2 fouls. And Kira Marsh checks in, daughter of the coach. Next one won't go. So the lead is 7-0 for Snohomish.
Football score.
Yeah, they got the touchdown early. Bounce pass. Will they get their first bucket? They will. First bucket will go in. Abby Schwark with the bucket, and it's 7-2 Snohomish. Quickly, Duchesne out of backcourt. Well, she just puts her head down and just heads forward. No hesitation there. No hesitation there with the little pass over to Cheyenne Rogers for the basket for Snohomish, and they lead again by 7 at 9-2.
The player who's ever been on that left wing has had 3 open runners, and that's resulted in at least 6 points, I believe. Got it covered, Arlington.
Arlington with a bad pass underneath. Who's got it? The Eagles will come away with it. Shepley has it. Tries to feed it underneath to Schwark. She lost the handle, got it back. Feeds it off, gets it back. Maybe one too many passes as Hassing had it and then went down a little bit closer thinking it was an open lane. But the Panthers, the way they're playing defense, aren't allowing any open lanes to the hoop.
Exactly. When first 2 points takes 5.5 minutes off the clock, maybe almost 6. Great defense by Snohomish.
Perry has to sit as she picks up her second personal foul, second team foul. And Arlington with a fresh 30 to shoot, and an offensive foul is going to be called.
That's just a little bit of frustration coming out. They've only had 2 points the whole quarter so far. A little bit more of a lean on that screen.
Yeah, and you hear the fans in the background as Shepley picks up the foul. That's her first personal, 4th team foul. So 4-2 on the team fouls. And Snohomish with the basketball, leading by 7. And overplayed there on the defense, except the Panthers are able to take advantage of it and keep it. Duchesne with it. Clock winding down on the shot clock. 10 seconds to shoot now. They go right side, looking for Gallatin. Gallatin has it, 3 seconds to shoot. Here's a fadeaway jumper. That's an air ball, won't go, but Arlington grabs it. It was an air ball, would not have reset the shot clock, but the ball fell in the hands of an Arlington Eagle. They'll have it. As running it down, that ball's going to go out of bounds, but last touch by Snohomish.
One thing I want to bring up, Tom, look at the crowd over here for this 3A championship game. The whole crowd across from us, all the parents, completely full. Over on below us, a little sparse, but hey, it's still getting there.
And the folks are coming in. Arlington playing in back-to-back games. The Eagles, they brought the band because they're here for 2 games.
The twin bill.
Marysville Pilchuck and Arlington boys to follow. It's an 8 o'clock game. Ball committed, turnover by the Arlington Eagles, and that's their 7th turnover. We still have a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Ouch.
Man, can't win a lot of games with 7 turnovers in the first quarter.
Here's Maya Duchesne. Will dribble it up for Snohomish. Stops at the top of the key, fakes a pass. She'll swing it around. As they work it on top, now work it around the perimeter here. Back to Duchesne, then to the top of the key to Rogers. Inside the go, 10 to shoot. Duchesne directs some traffic. Now she'll just go and split the defense and scoop a lay-in and put it up and in with 2 on the shot clock.
Great finish by Duchesne right there in the lane with the shot clock going down.
That's 9-point lead for Snohomish. Inside a minute to play here in the first quarter. I'm not sure where she was going. Hassing had it down low, threw a pass, and then it was intercepted by Snohomish. With 43 seconds to go, Panthers bring it up. Duchesne on the dribble and gets fouled, gets pushed. Yeah, Arlington's just frustrated. The shots aren't going. They're committing fouls, and I think it all goes to the defense of the Panthers. Stupi, 2nd personal, 5th team. And the turnovers. All in all, they're going to try to flush this first quarter.
Exactly, just erase it. Go away, please. Try to get it a little bit closer for the second quarter going into halftime.
And, oh, by the way, don't sleep on the Arlington Eagles.
Exactly.
They can rip off 9 points in about 2 heartbeats, and then there you'll be. 22 seconds to go. There's going to be 10 seconds on the shot clock. That's a beautiful pass. And they used the time perfectly. They cleared out the area, and going in for the bucket was Kayla Soderstrom, and the lead is 11 points for the Snohomish Panthers. With 5 seconds to go, Panthers get a steal. 2 seconds, 1. Will they get it off? Duchesne will. She'll hit and almost went in.
That would have been a dagger to go up 16-2 going into the first quarter, or going into the second quarter.
It's going to be 13-2. End of the first quarter. Back with the second quarter right here on STSPN.com.
As a leading builder of new homes and commercial properties in Western Washington, Gamut 360 Holdings has built a reputation for honest communication, exceptional customer service, and superior craftsmanship since 2003. Our 360-degree construction approach guarantees each project is designed and built with you in mind, matching first-class materials with the highest of construction standards. From the planning stages to the final walkthroughs, Gamut 360 delivers trusted, sustainable investments that exceed owner expectations and transform Northwest neighborhoods. Gamut 360. Design, create, inspire.
Well, welcome back. We're doing math here on STSPN.com. 13-2 the lead for the Snohomish Panthers over the Arlington Eagles. Let's take a look at the stats so far.
Leading scores for both teams. Snohomish, Kayla Soderstrom with 4 points. Arlington, the only 2 points they have coming from Abby Schwark. The big stat, Arlington Eagles with 9 turnovers, Snohomish with just 1.
So back to action here. Panthers with it. They're looking at Duchesne. She gets it. Underneath, laying good. They've gotten a lot of lay-ins. Caitlin Beckham with that one.
That was a great seal move. It's really tough when she has her whole body weight on her and just explodes right to the bucket. Really hard to defend.
Beckman with the bucket, and it is a 15-2 lead. So the lead is Snohomish's 13 points. Biggest lead of the game. Only 2 scored here so far by Arlington. Dribbling in. They're going to get Beckman for the foul.
A lot of ball right there. I thought
Boy.
maybe been some extra body on it.
That's her first personal foul, second team foul. Fouls on third team foul. Kaylin Beckman with the foul. And like we've been saying, we haven't missed a call from up here 75 feet off the floor in years.
The outside lights down to the concession stands all just went out.
Yeah, someone leaned against the switch. We're having interesting electrical times here at the Walt tonight. Next free throw good. And it's 15-3. So 1 free throw there puts the 3rd point up for Arlington. 15-3 the score. And a blocking foul is going to be called. They're trying to play the trap defense, and they keep moving that. You'll get an offensive foul on the other player if you just hold your ground.
What's nice for Snohomish is they have Maya Duchesne, a senior right there who can bring the ball up. And with only that 1 turnover, Arlington's trying to get a couple of points off that, and they haven't been able to so far.
Marsh with the foul, her first personal foul, 6th team foul. Cross court as Snohomish working it. Beckman down low, off the glass and in.
Great seal. Great drop step to the seal. Explode to the bucket.
Beckman, her sister, who blew out her knee and is heading to BYU, is not playing this year, unable to play, but right there, Beckman gets the shot, and it's a 14-point lead. Snohomish continues to open up their biggest lead of the game. Ball knocked away, goes out of bounds. These 2 teams met just a couple of weeks ago. Seems like 6 months ago after all the Snowmageddon, and Arlington got the loss. Snohomish won it 40-38. And throwing the ball off the knee of the defender there for Arlington. And with 7 seconds to shoot, Shepley will throw it in from the corner. Looking, hesitated, ball knocked away, but then grabbed back. Jackie Stupi down to 3, down to 2 to shoot, rims in, rolls, and goes through.
We've seen it all today. These hoops here are so forgiving.
Yeah.
They're great. If you're a shooter, love it. Great shooters roll.
Into traffic there, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. So there's a turnover by the Snohomish Panthers. Ella Gallatin, I think, went down there and found out, I need GPS to get out of here because there's a lot of people I don't know down here. They're all wearing white with 98223 as their zip code.
The ball rolled out of bounds, and someone on Arlington picked it up. So Coach Ken Roberts is going, wait, that ball wasn't out of bounds yet. Shouldn't it be off Arlington? But guess not.
No, I think it touched the out of bounds line.
Must have prior.
Yeah.
Booth review later.
Arlington with the ball, down by a dozen. Here's an outside 3 ball that won't go. It's a miss there for DeBerry, Allison DeBerry. Here's Duchesne dribbling in back court. Full court pressure here by Arlington. Now into front court comes Snohomish. And they're going to call a double dribble.
Yeah.
And that's where Ken Roberts is up looking at the official saying, I thought there was a foul before that ever happened. She kind of got jostled around as she came into front court. And the Eagles say we'll take it. After our first quarter and a quarter, we'll take whatever we can get. Arlington with it, down by 12. On the runner there, Bartlow, 10 to shoot. Bartlow goes in, tries to hook a pass, and they're going to get bailed out by the foul here.
Snohomish is doing a great job blocking all the cuts that are going through the lane right there because Arlington doesn't really have that true post presence, so they relied on their speed and their quickness, and Snohomish just shutting it down.
Gallatin with the foul, her first personal foul, 4th team foul. Free throw, no. They'll try another. Arlington 1 for 5. At the stripe. Next one is not good. And Beckman grabs the rebound for Snohomish. Panthers by a dozen with 5:08 to play in the quarter. First half.
Great back cut.
That's just to perfect. You draw that up on the blackboard.
Exactly. The V cut, fake up, and go back door for two.
Ella Gallatin with the bucket. And the assist to Maya Duchesne. They're going to call a block here. It's going to be on Cheyenne Rogers. It's going to be called for a blocking foul. And that's going to be Rogers, her first personal foul, 5th team foul. Baseline out of bounds for the Eagles.
Let's see if they can get a good play going to the basket. Coaches love the inbound plays, and that's probably not what he wanted.
Nope, into traffic. Luckily, Kira Marsh was able to get it. Now she'll try to. There's no inside presence right now for Arlington until finally dribbling in there, kind of out of control with Shepley.
All 5 girls were outside the three-point arc on that possession.
Boy, that was a whistle there. It's going to be an overplay on the defense by Kira Marsh. But right there, if it was Bill Walton, you'd say, let's go back and freeze it there. Arlington was all outside. There wasn't a person within 16 feet of the basket.
And what you're asking someone is to go take it one-on-one and go to the basket, which they have not done the whole game so far. So coach maybe needs to put a post presence in or run a couple of plays to get some cuts towards the basket. Just can't go one-on-one.
They're not a tall team. They do have a 5'11 player, but she's a sophomore, doesn't get a lot of playing time. Free throw is going to be missed. The foul had been called on Marsh. Her second personal. Outside three ball is good. Well, that'll light it up a little bit for the Arlington Eagles. DeBerry buries the three ball. And so the lead is 11 at 19-8.
Great looking shot right there, too, from three. That was a little bit deep. That was from the NWAC logo.
Yeah, so she really buried that one from long range. Now they work at left-hand side. Snohomish with it, 10 to shoot. Ball goes, and they're going to commit a turnover. Like I said, Arlington, don't fall asleep on them. They can play basketball. Jordan Bartlow comes through, goes in, laying up, no good. Foul called. She'll go to the stripe and get 2. Suddenly, Arlington's found their, I don't know, snow tires, something?
Yeah, the four-wheel drive. Steve Willits told us prior to the game, or at least a couple minutes ago, that Arlington was down 6 points at halftime, and they went on a 22-3 run in the third quarter, so do not count them out anytime soon.
But, kids, you got to hit your free throws, and the first one is missed. Duchesne with her first personal foul and the 6th team foul. But Arlington will have a tough time at the line. There's another miss. Missed them both.
And you know, Tom, that's one of my big bugaboos right there.
1 for 8 from the free throw line. Oh, yeah.
You can't hit from the line. It's going to be tough to win.
That's Duchesne on the dribble. Beckman right there.
Good left.
What do you want? Your point guard come down, find the open person. And if it's, as they say, a travel here.
Yep.
Travel here on Arlington. Panthers will get the ball back, leading by 15 points, their biggest lead of the game. Arlington made a little bit of a comeback. And Snohomish just said, well, yeah, we'll put a stop to that. And an overplay on the defense, slapping at the basketball. And Duchesne's going to go to the line because that's going to put him into the bonus.
I think Duchesne missed the front end of a 1-and-1. This time, let's see if she can hit that, because if you miss the front end of a 1-and-1, you're missing the opportunity for 2 points. And if she does it right here, it'd be 4 points.
DeBerry with the foul, first personal, 8th team foul. First free throw, no, won't go for Maya Duchesne, and Arlington will get it. Haley Hyatt.
Ooh.
Outside, Hyatt, 3, good. Haley Hyatt buries it from long range. 21-11. So what was a 15-point lead is a 10-point lead now for Snohomish, with coming up on 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
That was an impressive behind-the-back dribble step back for the three-pointer right there.
Beckman got it at the low block, had 2 defenders on her, and the foul's going to be called. I think maybe Allison DeBerry. It is her second personal foul, 9th team foul. And so Beckman will be at the free throw line for the Panthers. Kaylin Beckman, the 5'11 junior, misses the free throw. Rebound by Hyatt for Arlington.
That's 3 front ends of the 1-and-1, so potential for 6 free throws off the board.
Hassan goes in, has the ball stripped away, back out for a 3. Hyatt, no. And Duchesne right there to grab the rebound. Up the floor it goes. Bad pass probably because it was looking for Beckman, but overplay on the defense and grabbed there by Stupi. Arlington with the basketball, down by 10. We're coming up on 2.5 to play in the first half of action in the 3A Girls Northwest District Basketball Tournament, the championship game. Arlington and Snohomish. Arlington in the white uniforms with the basketball now, moving to our right. Lots of time with the basketball is Ella Strittmatter. 4 to shoot. Going in, there's kind of an off-balance runner that won't go. It's going to be a miss by Jordan Bartlow. They kind of, as my grandma would say, they kind of dilly-dallied around with the basketball that time.
Yeah, then you hear Frank in the background with the 5 seconds. That's a quick 5 seconds. It kind of brings a little bit of shock, and you want to get a shot up.
That's just a good play there by Duchesne. She saw the defender coming in, Josie Stupi, and so she just kind of put on a little burst of speed to enhance the collision.
And to create the contact right
yeah.
there, to go to the free throw line.
And that's her 3rd personal foul, 10th team foul, so double bonus here. And here's Maya Duchesne at the free throw line when the first one is good, and the lead is 11 points. Those are those little things. Those will create the contact, you knowing you're not going to get called for an offensive foul. It's not enough for a foul.
And also going to the free throw line and hitting your free throws just kind of dampers any sort of momentum for the Arlington Eagles.
Buries them both. And the lead is back out to a dozen at 23-11. Arlington basketball. A little pressure here by Snohomish. Minute 50 to play in the half. Hyatt goes in. Beckman. Ooh, she claps her hands, and that's 2 that's been called on her. Ken Roberts is up pleading his case. I didn't like either one of those calls. This one maybe.
I thought that was a lot of ball right there, not a lot of body, but drew the foul. I'm impressed with Haley Hyatt's game, though, for sure.
Well, and that's where now it's time to adjust your game. Hey gang, they're going to call that.
Exactly.
You know, you play the rims, you play the floor, you play the lighting, you play the officials. And if they're going to be calling it, then. But you got to hit the free throws if you're Arlington, and they hit one of them, made the first and missed the second. So the lead is 11 points at 23-12, minute 40 to go. First half. Duchesne, does anybody step in front of her? No, but she missed the lay-in. Kept alive, though, by Beckman. Back out, they'll reset the offense. Duchesne with it. She saw that opening, but just couldn't hit the lay. Now it's kind of open there again, but this time it's going to be an air ball. Saved. Who's got it? Finally, he's going to be out of bounds. Beckman saved it once and then was still standing out of bounds, watching to see where it was going. It was coming back to her again.
I'd like to see Beckman get another touch down low. 2 impressive drop steps for her that led to buckets. So I'd like to see if Snohomish could feed her one more time before the end of the half.
Minute 10 to go till the end of the half. Hyatt. Ball went out of bounds. They're going to say last touch there by Ella Strittmatter of Arlington, so the Panthers will have it with 1:03 to go.
That was a great call by Stripes right there, too. Ball hit the back of Arlington's foot and rolled right out of bounds. That could be a tough call depending on your angle as a referee.
The referee is Riaz Kanji, Steve Latimer, and Brian Lindgren are the umpires here. Less than a minute to play here in the first half. Along the baseline to go, back out for an open 3 that goes down for Kayla Soderstrom. Buries the 3, and the lead is 14 points at 26-12. Arlington quickly back in the front court. Turn around, face, fire, air ball. And they were going to protect the ball, and then Duchesne says, I don't need to protect the ball. I can grab the basketball, and here we go.
And it was tipped off Snohomish right there.
So she grabbed the ball. She'll just stand in back court, and they'll just milk some time here. They don't know how much inside 10 to shoot. Down to 12 on the clock. 4, 3. Duchesne splits the defense, lays it up, won't go. And with 1 second on the shot clock, or what would be the virtual shot clock, the Frank Foster.
That's sometimes better than the electrical one.
That's right. And so it will be the foul is going to be on Janicek. Molly Janicek picks up the foul. Her first personal foul. So the double bonus. First free throw good. Next one airborne, not good. 5 seconds, 4. Quickly, here comes Arlington. Will they get it off? They will. Will it count? It won't because it doesn't go. And we have reached halftime here at the Walt Price Student Fitness Center, Larry Walker Court, Everett Community College. And Alex,
Jeez, don't hurt yourself there with that big names right there.
And Steve, let's go down to the floor.
All right, we're with Ken Roberts right now. Coach, 27-12. You had a 13-2 score at the end of the first quarter. Turnover ratio, I think, at that point was 9-1. Talk about the opening quarter and what that meant to the success of this first half.
It obviously helped a lot. We did a good job of staying in front of people. We got in a little foul trouble that was just dumb fouls on our part and bailing people out. But, both teams have shot free throws pretty poorly. They I think, were 0 for 8 in a stretch, and we missed the front end of 3 1-and-1s and kind of not shooting free throws real well. So I think that's kind of balanced out. But they'll shoot better, and hopefully we will too in the second half.
And the message at the half?
We need to keep doing what we're doing. We learned some things from last game, and we need to keep doing what we're doing. Joe's a good coach. They'll have an adjustment, and we'll have to counter it. So hopefully we're ready to go.
Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you very much, Steve, with Ken Roberts. Alex, don't hurt yourself patting yourself on the back with the front ends of the 1-and-1.
Exactly. With Coach Roberts, I like him a lot looking at the free throw line because a lot of times that's what dictates games. Missing the front end of 3 1-and-1s, that's a potential of 6 points. Imagine if it was 30-12 or 31-12, even if they miss a couple. So it could be a lot worse for Arlington.
So we are at halftime. We'll come back, take a look at the first half numbers and the second half on the way. The 3A Girls District Championship game. Right now at the half, it's the Snohomish Panthers 27, the Arlington Eagles 12. This is STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
As records tumbled and enemies cried, came the birth of a legend. But we did not sleep. We did not rest. With knowledge gained and lessons learned, a legend was born. To search and destroy. Respect the beast, but don't wake the monster.
As a leading builder of new homes and commercial properties in Western Washington, Gamut 360 Holdings has built a reputation for honest communication, exceptional customer service, and superior craftsmanship since 2003. Our 360-degree construction approach guarantees each project is designed and built with you in mind, matching first-class materials with the highest of construction standards. From the planning stages to the final walkthroughs, Gamut 360 delivers trusted, sustainable investments that exceed owner expectations and transform Northwest neighborhoods. Gamut 360. Design, create, inspire.
Here we go.
All right, we're with head coach Joe Marsh right now. Coach, not exactly the ideal results for the first half. What was the message at halftime?
Be better. I mean, they played great defense. They came out and they put pressure on us. We didn't handle it very well. We just got to settle down and play basketball the way we know how. That's really comes down to.
Last night you trailed by 6 in the semifinals. You came out with a huge third quarter. Did you remind the girls that they're capable of doing that?
Oh, absolutely, for sure. Hey, we got nothing to lose. Leave it on the floor. That's all I want from them. Leave it there on the floor and go fight.
Best of luck, Coach.
Well, and that's true, Alex, as we get back here. 27-12 is our score at the half. Snohomish leading Arlington, as the two coaches right there after the interview kind of joked with each other. They're both going to regionals.
Exactly. But ultimately, Arlington with that number 7 RPI, they want to win this game, so they cement that first regional game where you automatically are going to go to the Tacoma Dome, because that's what everyone wants to go. They want to go down to Tacoma. They want to miss school, and they want to go down there. For Snohomish, Ken Roberts talked about maybe they could get to a 10 or a 9, being the 11 seed right now. So that just favors your matchup against the worst teams, because there could be some team that's a 50 RPI that goes on a hot stretch for 2 days, hits all their three-pointers, and then goes to it. So you want to make sure your matchup is favorable as possible, whether it's getting to the top 8 to score or to go to the Tacoma Dome to guarantee that trip, or just get a better, just ultimately get to the Tacoma Dome.
Let's take a look at the first half stats, and Buddy Patrick has those.
The Snohomish Panthers, they shot 10 for 19 from the field for 53%. They were 1 for 4 from the three-point range for 25%, 6 for 11 from the line for 55%. The Eagles, they were 4 for 14 from the field for 29%, 2 for 6 from the arc for 33%, and just 2 for 10 from the free throw line for 20%. Arlington's leading scorer, Haley Hyatt, with 4 points. The Snohomish Panthers' leading scorer was Kayla Soderstrom with 7 points. Snohomish with 6 turnovers, Arlington with 11.
Thank you very much, Buddy Patrick, there with the stats. Let's take a look. Earlier today in a loser-out winner to regionals game for the girls, Edmonds Woodway beat Ferndale 58-47. Edmonds Woodway with a number 22 RPI. The 12:30 game here at Everett Community College, a winner to regionals loser-out game. Had on the boys' side, Stanwood beat Shorewood 59-58. Stanwood moves on to the regionals with a number 18 seed. 2:30 game, winner to regionals, loser out again. Number 24 Meadowdale beat Shorecrest 30-28, and the 4 p.m. game, Shorecrest with the number 27 RPI beat Alex's Marysville Getchell Chargers 63-49.
They got close. They were down by 12, brought it back to within 2 points, but ultimately that was a great game by Shorecrest to cap it off.
So that will send Shorecrest to the regionals. Still to come, the Arlington Eagles and the Marysville Pilchuck Tomahawks on the boys' side. That'll come up following this game. But we're back underway, second half of action. Snohomish with a 27-12 lead over the Arlington Eagles. Don't count out Arlington. As you mentioned, big run in their game last night as well. And Arlington will start with the basketball in the white jerseys. 10 seconds to shoot. A scoop, a lay-in, up won't go. And a foul is going to be called.
Isn't that funny? You go 2 for 10 from the free throw line in the first half. First offensive play you go to, foul, go back to the line. This could really set the tempo for the second half.
Gallatin picks up the foul, her second personal, first team foul, second half. And first free throw is good. And another one coming up here for Josie Stupi. Last time to regionals for Arlington was in 2016. Last time to state was also in 2016. Lost to Bellevue in the championship. So just 3 years ago, they played in the state championship game against the Bellevue Wolverines. 12-1 in Wesco this year, 17-4 coming in to tonight's game. Now Snohomish with the basketball. Duchesne goes down to Perry, back to Duchesne, open 3 ball, rattles out, won't go. But it's going to be saved by Snohomish, grabbed by Ella Gallatin, back out to the top of the key. They'll reset the offense. Duchesne looks for a screen, swings around it in the corner. Back to her, down to Perry, turn around and puts it up.
Love it. Going down to the post right there with the steal, or with the seal and the drop step, go right to the bucket for 2. Man, that was great offense.
And opens up a 15-point lead again for Snohomish. They've equaling their biggest lead of the game. I do like Joe Marsh's quote to Steve there. What'd you tell him? Be better?
Be better. Exactly. Coach isn't going to like where, I don't know who was bringing it up, goes right to the corner between out of bounds and in the timeline with 2 defenders on him. That's the number one place you don't go if you're getting trapped.
There's a woefully short air ball. It may have been partially deflected. I'm not sure. Maybe not. But anyway, Snohomish will take it. Duchesne with it. Just kind of slowly makes her way down. Nobody's going to step in front of her, but she misses the lay-in. Couldn't complete it. And now Arlington with it. Arlington in the white uniforms moving to our left as they tried a little swing pass underneath. And here come the Snohomish Panthers off the bad pass on a turnover. 12 turnovers committed by Arlington in this ball game. Snohomish with the basketball. There's a visiting team tonight. They're in the red with the white numbers, black trim, moving to our right here. Their head coach, Ken Roberts. And a bad pass underneath, picked off by Arlington. Eagle basketball. Up the floor it goes. A little too far under for Josie Stupi, but she gets fouled.
Maya Duchesne was in that circle right below the rim, right below the basket. So any contact right there, it's a really easy call for the official.
Her second personal foul, second team foul. First free throw is good. Becomes quiet like a church in here. Josie Stupi at the line. Lead is 14. Make it 13 with another free throw.
4-4 to start the half from the line.
Duchesne brings it up for the Panthers. They'll work it to Perry. Ball can be knocked away by Hyatt. Snohomish retains possession. 17 on the shot clock, says Frank Foster on the PA. The shot clocks are dead here as they've lost one on one end of the floor, so they just turned it off. So somebody's over there with a stopwatch, doing a lot of backward math. Overplay on the defense. We're going to have a foul called here on Arlington. And we're going to have a timeout called by Snohomish. Panthers call a timeout. We will as well with 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. Snohomish 29, Arlington 16. You're watching the 3A Girls District Championship on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Oh, Mr. Elvick says go.
We're going to get a Glacier Peak girls. There's district tournament games going on all over the place, all over the state, and the district tournaments will extend into Monday, and they'll decide who is in the state tournament or who's playing who in the regional round of the tournament. On Monday down at the WIAA headquarters in Renton, foul called. Perry will go to the free throw line. And this is going to be whistled against the Arlington Eagles. You have an update?
I do have an update. Glacier Peak 57, Eastlake 56. 1-point ball game over there and sends Glacier Peak to the championship for the West King 4A tournament.
Which will be at North Creek High School on Monday. First free throw good. The foul was called on Abby Hassing, her first personal and second team foul. Next one, no good. Gets her own rebound off the miss. And Snohomish will just set up. The lead is 14 points.
Coach Marsh with his arms crossed. If the shooter ever gets the rebound, that's not a fun. Who had shooter?
Yeah.
That's not a fun conversation to go out with the coach when you're sitting on the bench next.
Arlington will get the ball. They go deep into traffic, so kick it back out. Hyatt will shoot from the top of the key. It won't go. And the rebound grabbed down by Kayla Soderstrom. She gives it right to Maya Duchesne, who will bring it out of backcourt. Looking underneath as she
Great
gets it right back. Boy, that's a nice pass by Kinsley Gallatin and Kayla Soderstrom there for the bucket. And the lead is a double score, 32-16. Biggest lead of the game for the Panthers. and they effect a turnover here, and Snohomish will have the ball.
On that last play, the back pick by Courtney Perry to let Soderstrom be open right there.
Uh-oh.
Just great.
Hockey time.
Oh, man.
Hockey time. 5 over the wall on the line change for Arlington. Joe Marsh didn't like the way that 5. Well, you know what? You're not going to play very well. I'll just I'll find another 5. There they are.
Oh, man. I feel bad up here. And I didn't even get subbed out. Yeah,
you're about to suit up. That's Duchesne, but they left her wide open. That 3 wouldn't go. Who's got it? Finally, Panthers are just out working the Arlington Eagles.
An offensive rebound when you bring the shot clock down so low, just so detrimental.
Here's Duchesne again. Gets the double screen, goes around it, puts it up, won't go in. And she'll have to go to the free throw line. We were counting down the greatest basketball players from Snohomish. And her dad, who played at Montana, is now the principal at Mariner. Maya Duchesne, her dad, Nate Duchesne. Great player. Great coach. Now a principal, but so when you play Division I,
the lineage is there.
That helps. Plus, as much as he's coached. Oh, here's a miss, and then a putback by Perry. And the lead is 19 points at 35-16. And Arlington calls a timeout. We'll step aside with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Snohomish Panthers 35, the Arlington Eagles 16. You're watching the Northwest 3A Girls Championship on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
You know that test drive I've been trying to get to? You're not going to believe this, but Raritan's of Monroe just delivered it to my work. I gotta go.
Too busy to schedule a test drive? Raritan's of Monroe will bring the test drive to you. It's part of our new concierge service.
And the Arlington Eagles, Joe Marsh, very quick message. A 1-minute timeout, and they were done in about 14 seconds.
Man, he was not a happy camper, but when you're giving up offensive rebounds off free throws where you have the advantage, usually 4-2, I'd be kind of mad if I was a coach too.
And coming in with that number 7 RPI, here's a shot that won't go. It's going to be a miss for Jordan Bartlow. And Snohomish gets it.
Give credit to Snohomish too. They've been working, playing great defense, hustling out there, and that's showing right now on the scoreboard.
It's the defense that's going to win this ball game for Snohomish. And right now up by 19 points. They can 10 to shoot now. So Duchesne will. If that had gone down, that would have just been a knife to the heart. Jump ball will be called. Held ball here. Possession arrow favors Snohomish.
That's a big play right there. Even though that made 3 would have been great, but getting the ball back with a fresh 30, that's equally just as crucial with the lead being so high.
How much time on the shot clock?
Let's talk to Frank. Hey, Frank! He couldn't hear me from all the way up here.
Because there wasn't a shot, right?
There was a shot. But when the possession changes.
No, but if you retain possession, you don't reset the clock. Doesn't matter. They just committed a turnover.
Yeah, that's it's over
mute.
now.
It's a mute point. It's an audience of 1. Pat Castro just doubled over what I said, mute point instead of a moot point. So just so you know, audience of 1. I'm not sure why we're stopped.
Switching the arrow.
Oh, okay.
It needs.
Well, it should have already been. Okay. I don't think there would have been a reset on the shot clock, by the way. Just, I'm going on record here. I'd like it entered into the congressional record, or there'll be a shutdown. I'll tell you what, here's a runner, won't go. Bartlow will be at the free throw line. Ella Gallatin picks up the foul. Her 4th personal foul. Well, according to the scoreboard, she has 4. Buddy Patrick, who has been known for narcolepsy, just nodding off on the stat book. He wants to go in the congressional record as well for thinking that the official scorekeeper is wrong. Next one, good. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go, and the Snohomish Panthers have an 18-point lead, 35-17. Long down court pass. Almost looked like over and back anyway. Courtney Perry is there, and then a foul is going to be called. Who are they calling the foul on?
Number 4, Jordan Bartlow.
Are they going to get Perry? No, it's going to be Bartlow. Yeah, she kind of reached in and grabbed hold of anything that was available. And I think most of it was Courtney Perry's arm. Her first personal foul, 4th team foul, out of bounds for Snohomish, fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Coach Marsh wanted the jump ball first before the foul, and I think he's in the right there.
Yeah. Snohomish tried to force a pass in, was picked off, and then ball goes out of bounds on a trap there at the sideline. Joe Marsh is talking to Riaz Kanji. The reason he's talking to Riaz, for one thing, that wasn't his call. The other thing is he's the one he knows. The other guys are from up north.
They're not talking about dinner plans right now.
No.
After.
No. Well, I think this is a case where foul called. Joe Marsh has just got to do something to light a fire under his team. And if that means he needs to take a tee or do whatever, he's going to do it just to say, hey, we're still in this thing. We're going to the regionals anyway. Let's see if we can get a little momentum going in so we don't feel like we're the lousiest team in the Northwest heading into the regionals next week. Because, by the way, the games don't get easier from here on out.
No, exactly. You'll face a lot of teams like Snohomish who maybe make their free throws, you make your free throws, but I agree with you, Tom. You want to have momentum going into the state tournament. So even if they lose by 8 or 11, just get it closer and get something going into what would it be, next week, next Friday or Thursday.
Beckman with the foul, her 3rd. 6th team foul on Snohomish. Now the officials are going to huddle up again. And they're just lots of housekeeping things in this tournament so far. They're pointing at something over on the floor here. I don't think it's a loose plate for the volleyball stanchions or something. They're pointing at nobody seems to be running around doing anything. They can't get the clock to work on the west goal, so.
Wonder if Frank has to start saying the time now. He's getting an extra hot dog for today's effort.
First free throw, no good. That one is good for Arlington. Now they'll try to apply some pressure, but Panthers can easily break it down low. Shot won't go, back up by Perry won't go. The first shot was a miss by Cheyenne Rogers, and then Perry was there to grab the rebound off the air ball, but she gets fouled on the way back up. And this one is going to be on Kira Marsh, her 3rd personal foul, 5th team foul. Two for Perry, 1 is good. Double score again at 36-18. Snohomish has led by as much as 19 points in this ball game. Arlington has not led at all. Next free throw is good, and the lead is 19 points. Eagles with it. They're just looking for something positive. That won't be it. Kira Marsh will miss the 3 ball. And Snohomish will get into front court. The travel going to be called here. Ken Roberts is just up teaching.
Exactly, because he knows that Arlington's going to come out super aggressive, and they just want Snohomish, hey, slow it down, take your time, just get the ball. We want to get one good shot at it. We don't want to turn it over.
And there's a bad pass underneath. DeBerry with the errant pass. It's going to be grabbed by Snohomish, and then she overplays on the defense. I do always like when slapping at the ball, it doesn't matter, boys or girls, it doesn't matter. Leaning on the player, slapping at the ball, and then when the foul's called, you go, what, me? I didn't foul. Well, yeah, you just about knocked her over.
I don't know if this is 1-1 or on the sidelines. I thought that was the 6th team foul.
6th team foul, 3rd personal on DeBerry. So both teams will go into the bonus the rest of the way. The crowd continues to file in. Second game of the doubleheader will be Arlington boys taking on Marysville Pilchuck. Lots of people want to see Raekwon battle one more time here in Snohomish County.
And we saw a great game up at Pilchuck a few weeks back with John Brockman on the call, too, for KRKO. It will be a great game.
Yeah, that was a game where Marysville Pilchuck went up like 13, 14 points at halftime. And I let Raekwon Battle in our post-game interview said, well, what did Coach say at halftime? He said, expect Arlington to make a comeback. And Arlington made a comeback and took a lead and then made it a good game the rest of the way.
A lot of players for Arlington stepped up in that game, too, so I'd love to see a little redemption that they're going to want here tonight, especially on the stage of a 3A district championship.
Joe Marsh is still up barking. He's talking to the official. He's just fishing for something. Now he's talking to the guys on the bench. I was like, when the coaches are talking to the newspaper reporters and the guys with the laptops on the press row there. Courtney Perry with a couple of free throws, and the lead is 21 points. Waning minute now.
Technical.
Now, that's what he's been looking for. He's been begging for that thing for about 5.5 minutes now. Now he's got to sit down. What is an excuse, because now he has to sit down.
There's no empty chairs, though, available for him on the sideline. They're all filled up.
Well, I think he can go buy a hot dog and a Snickers bar and just be done with this thing.
But, Tom, I think it goes back to the point. He's just trying to get some sort of emotion and energy out of his team right there. It's worth the 2 free throws. You're already down by 21 points. But try to make that lead a little bit smaller and get that momentum going.
Now the officials will turn and tell him he's got to sit, because he now gets seat belted to the chair. They've made it. Well, they haven't made it. I don't have any chairs. Well, tough. Get somebody out of there. He's still talking over there. And now the official is going to grab a chair.
From press row.
Here you go. There's the chair. And we're going to move everybody down. He's saying, I didn't have enough chairs. And so.
Musical chairs.
Everybody's moving down. When the music stops, you have to pick up a chair. And so finally, Joe Marsh will sit down, has a drink of water, and he says, okay, play on, McDuff. I've had my say. Now he's going to go back to coaching. He did exactly what we thought he was going to do. Nothing surprising there. Beckman with it. Perry in, laying good.
Great high-low play right there, too. Easy bucket.
Perry has 11 points in the quarter. Cross court, 13 altogether. Little runner there. That's up and good by Josie Stupi. I think Courtney Perry's in the running for our player of the game.
She's definitely up there for sure. And I also like Kayla Soderstrom, too. She's made some great buckets and really helped that lead at the beginning with those layups.
Here's a turnover by Snohomish. 15 seconds to go. And a foul is going to be called with 11.5 to go. And that'll be a foul called on Kinsley Gallatin. Picks up the foul. That's her second personal foul and the 7th team foul. So bonus time now. The rest of the game for Arlington. And the first free throw is good. And Mackenzie Gage with free throw number 2. Also good. Down to 10 seconds to go. They'll bring it out of backcourt quickly. Down to 2, down to 1. Bad pass, but with only 1.1 to go, or 1.7, excuse me. Arlington won't get anything that's going to happen. So we go to the fourth and final quarter of the 3A Girls District Championship game. It's been all Snohomish tonight. The Snohomish Panthers 43, the Arlington Eagles 22. Fourth quarter coming up right here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
You know how I've been wanting to buy this truck and I've been so busy with work that I haven't been able to make it into the dealership? Well, Rairdens of Monroe is actually bringing the vehicle to me. I gotta go. It looks like it's here right now. I'll call you back.
Too busy to schedule a test drive? Rairdens of Monroe will bring the test drive to you. It's part of our new concierge service. Personalized car shopping built for today's customer. It's another reason why Rairdens of Monroe is a customer service champion. Let us know what we can do for you.
Arlington will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter here. We'll get some score updates here in just a moment. Steve Willett's wondering if he should do his best Doris Burke impression, try to get an interview with a coach at the quarter break. Probably not. Joe Marsh is the guy you want to talk to right now.
No, unless Steve wants to sit right next to him on the bench too, because I'm pretty sure he is. Made sure he's sitting right there for the rest of the game.
Well, we got to have the dump button on too to beep out what exactly did you say? Well, beep, beep, beep. Let's take a look at some scores that you've got of other ball games.
Exactly. The Glacier Peak boys score. They're at half. Glacier Peak 19, Mount Si 15. And I know Mount Si was kind of the big, tough guy in the Kinko Conference in 4A, so it's always good to see Glacier Peak up by 4 and show how really quality Westco basketball is as well. And Mariner gave Mount Si a little bit of run in the in the quarterfinals. It was 58-52, so good job by Mariner.
Long outside three ball won't go. The ball surrounded by Panthers here off the rebound. Earlier today, winners here were Edmonds Woodway girls and Meadowdale girls. They'll both head to the regionals. On the boys' side, Stanwood and Shorecrest both heading to the regionals. They will not play a placement game because we're just out of time with all the snow. Outside three ball, inside 10 seconds, and that's the Beckman who puts it up and buries it, and it's 46-22. 24-point lead. Turn spin, foul called. I tell you what, I didn't see this coming.
I did not see it coming whatsoever. I thought it'd be a very close, low-scoring game. The low-scoring part is kind of there for the Arlington Snohomish. Is getting some points up right now. I thought Arlington was going to have that second win, that run to kind of bring him with, like, I don't know, 7, 8 points. But shout out to Snohomish. They just came out there, and they're up 46-23 right now.
And what ended up being the last game of the regular season is the last time these two teams played just a couple of weeks ago before Snowmageddon, and Snohomish won it 40-38. Arlington with an 8-game winning streak. Excuse me, Arlington got the win. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Arlington got the win 40-38.
Yes.
And then I thought 8-game winning streak. No, I was looking at the wrong one. Snohomish had won 9 prior to that loss. Okay, I'm okay. It's a blow to the head. They kept throwing basketballs in my head because the wiring's loose like the clock. Duchesne, Beckman, corner, 10 seconds to shoot. That corner ball won't go. Ella Gallatin with a miss. Back out to Perry. They reset the shot clock with 6:20 to play in the game. And Snohomish up by 22 points.
They can just take their time and run some clock right there. Try to get a really good shot close to the basket.
Perry has it. 10 seconds to go. They'll look for a shot here. That could be Duchesne, who dribbles behind her back, goes into the paint, goes down on the floor, gets hit. 4 seconds to shoot on the inbounds. I kind of like having Frank announcing those to us. So 4 seconds to shoot off the inbounds baseline. Looking, in, Perry, lay in. That's just the way you draw it up.
Exactly. Coaches love their inbounds plays because they take those to heart, and when they see something execute that well and just an easy bucket, he's got to be loving it.
This dump is starting to fill up here, by the way. This place is starting to fill up with lots of people here for the second game of the championship. Arlington will be playing again on the boys' side against Marysville Pilchuck, and a timeout called. Timeout on the floor. We step aside with 5 minutes and 31 seconds to play. 5:31 to go in the game. It's Snohomish 48, Arlington 27, right here on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Everett and Lake Stevens, we'll help you find what you're looking for and offer friendly advice too. Owners Greg and Christine are all about serving their customers and their community. They support local high school sports and many other community organizations and events. So the next time you need help with your to-do list or project around the house, bring it to Ace. They'll greet you at the door and help you find whatever you need fast. Show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens and Everett Greenway in Everett. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Well, we've been talking about the second game of the doubleheader, but I just think there's people that, we want to see that Raekwon battle kid.
Exactly. It's kind of rainy outside, too. Why not stay inside here at a great facility with a packed house and see Raekwon battle play? And, of course, Mr. Anthony Whitus and company for the Arlington Eagles.
Yeah, Raekwon, who will be wearing your least favorite color for the next 4 years. Purple, right?
Exactly. He's a great player, though, and a great kid, too, when we interviewed him a few weeks back.
Foul called here. It's going to be on Josie Stupi, her 4th personal foul, and it's going to be the 8th team foul, and Maya Duchesne goes to the free throw line and buries the first one. 9th, the technicals count as a team foul, too, so that goes to 9 team fouls. And a couple of free throws here for Duchesne, and it's 50-27.
Snohomish is doing a great job with their free throws here in the second half, too. Duchesne's hit a couple. Perry's been really consistent, too, as well.
Jordan Bartlow now dribble in and down to the floor. And that's going to put Kira Marsh at the free throw line. Gets hammered to the floor. It's going to be on Kaylin Beckman, her 4th personal foul, 10th team foul. So both teams now will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Missed the first, another coming in. Beckman will go to the bench for Snohomish. Kayla Soderstrom will come in. Next free throw by Marsh is good, and we're going to have a foul called off the rebound. It's going to be on Snohomish.
The old-fashioned three-point play. You make one free throw, you miss the other one, you get a shot at 2.
And so Kinsley Gallatin picks up the foul, her 4th personal foul. We're at the double bonus. And the free throw is good for Abby Schwark, and another upcoming. There it is. Well, that puts him at 30. Looks better in the box score.
And in the spirit of the team.
Yeah. Now it'll be a matter of what the teams above and below Arlington have done, whether or not they stay in that top 8. I don't think you can.
They're going to be right on the cups with that 8-9 range. But the thing is, Snohomish, with them winning, they're going to be around 8 and 9. They're going to be right next to each other. I don't think Snohomish could jump that many spots with so few games left to play, but it'll be close. Who knows? Maybe they could be 9-10 and play the kind of the lesser of the seeds, the 15 and 16 seeds in regionals.
Long outside shot for a 3 that won't go. Missed by Kira Marsh. And that'll bring Duchesne with the basketball in the front court. Bartlow on her defensively. She looks for a screen. Now to Perry. back out. Looking to Perry again. Now she probably should have went right to the rack rather than put it on the deck, but it'll work out. She'll go to the free throw line.
It must be such a luxury to have Maya Duchesne as your point guard right there, because she knew Courtney Perry had that seal on the inside against a smaller girl and just fed her perfectly with a little lean so she could seal it off and attack the basket. It was a great play.
Hyatt with a third. And both now teams in the double bonus. It's been all Snohomish. They lead it by 23 points here in the 3A District Girls Basketball Championship. Both these teams will go to the regionals. 17 points for Courtney Perry. 15 in the second half. Definitely, I think she's our player of the game. Peak performance player of the game.
Adrenaline fundraising player of the game.
That's right. Adrenaline fundraising player of the game. Runner won't go. And up the floor. Good job there by Jordan Bartlow, flagging down probably not the pass Ken Roberts was looking for there. Used time. We're inside 3.5 minutes. That's a three that won't go. There's an air ball, not safe from going out of bounds. It does go out of bounds. It'll be Snohomish Panther basketball. And
on the inbounds play, hit right off, I believe it was number 5, Ella Gallatin's knee, right back over to Arlington. Pressure defense.
Inbounds going in, just not, wow. Boy, does that say what this game was?
That's a microcosm of the game right there, for sure. And that's the biggest word I think I've used in my last 5 years.
Boy, those 6 years in Pullman just really have paid off.
That's 6.5, man. The victory lap.
Here's a runner. And on the other end, they give up the kind of the similar looking lay-in. And it's 56-30. They answer with a three on the other end. Oh, two. They're going to say two. 2 ball. And
that was Haley Hyatt. She's got a great looking jumper.
Joe Marsh is up kind of arguing that. He thought it was a 3. But at this juncture, it's just like, let's load up the bus and lick our wounds and see what happens on Monday and see where we play next Friday or Saturday in the regionals.
Ella Gallatin with a great layup right there.
And Gallatin will go to the free throw line as she gets fouled. Jordan Bartlow picks up the foul, her second personal foul. Both teams in the double bonus. Next one, or only one, is no good. She made the first one, excuse me.
It was an and one.
Oh, well, I didn't think she shot a free throw. Thanks. I'm being led astray by our stats guy. Buddy, I'm asleep at the switch, Patrick. Into front court now for Snohomish. And this thing's kind of been garbage time here the last about half hour.
And Coach Roberts is emptying out the bench a little bit, getting some of the younger girls some playing time, which is always awesome to see, and especially of us championship environment. They've been going to practices too. They've been putting in the work, so it's great to see a little bit of payoff with the last 2:34 on the clock.
So Jordan Beckel will check in. Duchesne has a seat. Perry, who's going to be our player of the game, is going to have a seat. Free throw won't go. Bodies on the floor. And now checking in for Snohomish is Cheyenne Rogers. And that'll send Ella Gallatin to the bench. Well, they've done all they can do, the Panthers have, to make their case to try to jump enough points to be in the top 8. Doubtful they can. The bigger question, I think, is if Arlington has stubbed themselves in the toe and put themselves into the bottom 8.
Worst comes to worst, both teams are going to regionals and both teams are going to have the opportunity, but it's always great if your scenario is a little bit better than what it could have been.
And with a timeout on the floor called by Snohomish, we'll step aside. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the basketball game. Snohomish 59, Arlington 34. This is STSPN.com.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
The final 2 minutes and 14 seconds of the Northwest District 3A Championship. And a double dribble called here on Cheyenne Rogers for Snohomish. Arlington will have it. Both teams going with bench players now the rest of the way. The final 2:08. And it's just been all Snohomish. And it was all Snohomish to start with, leading at 13-2 at the end of the first quarter. Dribbling in, off the glass and in. Nice move there. Allison DeBerry with the bucket. And a timeout called by Snohomish.
Coach Roberts making sure, hey, even if the bench is in, we're going to still play some Snohomish Panther basketball.
So the Panthers call a timeout. Again, both these teams will head to the regionals, as will the winners from earlier today. All the district tournaments were affected by the snow from the last couple of weeks, so that they truncated the length of these tournaments. But they wanted to get as many games in because, unlike a year ago, that the games in the district tournament do count in the RPI.
Exactly, and that's huge. You want to make sure this is a pretty big game for Snohomish, pretty big game for Arlington. That's definitely some seeding is happening right here with the win by Snohomish that we presume here in the next 2 minutes.
And the Arlington band has been here. Tell you want to go to a good place to watch a high school basketball game is Arlington. Boys or girls, always a great atmosphere up there. Foul's going to be called as DeBerry took it away from the Panther player and then got fouled. It's going to be on Cheyenne Rogers, the foul, her second personal foul. DeBerry, free throw, number 1 is good. They'll endeavor to get to 40. Next is good.
That's her 10th point right there. I think she's had a pretty good game, too. I just remember her hitting that nice 3 over there by the NWAC sign, so, or the NWAC logo on the court.
Yeah. So Panthers playing, they're up by so many it doesn't matter, but I'm guessing Ken Roberts said, you know, let's take care of the ball, let's get it into front court, and let's go. Overplay on the defense, and wow. I thought there was an argument there for a defensive foul, but they're going to call an offensive foul for just kind of clearing out with the shoulder. That'll be Rogers' 3rd personal foul. She'll go to the bench, and Ella Gallatin will be put back into the lineup.
And for Coach Roberts, he wants to see if another girl could step up. You never know when you go to those state tournaments. If Duchesne gets 3 fouls in the first half, you never know. You always want to have someone who could bring up the ball.
Well, and you have injuries.
Injuries, someone gets hit on, falls down, hits their head. You never really know what happens. So just having that depth and versatility as a whole team is just so crucial.
In fact, they were talking about it last night on something I was watching after we did our game out at Jackson about the backup quarterback in the NFL. He's not important until he is.
Exactly.
Your backup point guard is not important until he is or she is.
You're only as strong as your weakest link as a whole team.
You're only as, can I write that down?
Exactly.
Alex
I'll
Kloss
stitch it on a pillow for you here for next Christmas time.
Make a patch for my jacket?
Yeah, for your Letterman.
We got players
Oh, man.
Bartlow, they put up 4.
You don't want to get Coach Marsh mad at the scorebook either.
Well, the scorebook isn't agreeing with the scoreboard. And the scoreboard is electronic and it keeps track of those things. So we've had different numbers than the scorebook has as well tonight. Now, look, it's 60-38. It doesn't make it really too much of a hill of beans, but you get to a tight game and then suddenly one of your best players fouls out. She really didn't foul out. That's when you want to make sure everybody's on the same page. And at the times I've done official book, which is, by the way, a thankless job, you always check with your opposing book at halftime.
Yep.
Do you have, what do you have? 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, there's the fouls. We both agree. 38 seconds to go. Snohomish will just try to run out the string here, leading it by 19 points, 60-41. Little turnaround won't go for Heather Bartlett. Rebound controlled by Arlington. Kira Marsh. Corner 3 ball. It's an air ball. Won't go for Jackie Stupi. Body's on the floor. Then an errant pass with 5.8 to go. And Courtney Perry is going to be our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game for tonight's game. We'll hear from her coming up with Steve down to the floor in about 3 or 4 seconds. Outside 3 balls up and it's good. They'll count it. And that will be that. And the Snohomish Panthers will win the district championship by the final score of 60-44. 60-44 the final.
Very convincing win here by the Snohomish Panthers. Very convincing.
Yeah. And like we said, we did not see it coming.
No, I did not see it coming, but just an overall team win. There's sure Courtney Perry's getting our player of the game, but there could have been 3 or 4 other girls that would have been just great candidates. And when you have that many girls doing such a great job, you're going to win 60-44.
You know, and they're going to tear down the nets up here on the west basket. And while you're up there tearing down the nets, fix the clock.
Exactly. Fix it over there. Why aren't they giving her or all the girls a bigger ladder? Make sure someone's holding it. We got to make sure we're being safe.
So they're going to do the presentation of the trophy here. And Coach Roberts is saying to his assistants, get in here. Let's get in here and get all into the picture. Wayne McMaster has been a long-time assistant. Sean Bricks.
I love it. Get a cut down the nets all the way from the NCAA tournament to the Wesco 3A district championship over here. It's awesome.
Yeah. Steve Riedemann, also an assistant. Wayne McMaster and Emma Dormeyer. As we mentioned, Sean Bricks and then head coach Ken Roberts. As they're going to tear down the nets here. And we'll get set for the second game of the doubleheader.
Don't run with scissors. There you go. Coach knows. Just switched them. Don't run with scissors. Is that what he said? Yeah. She was holding it and running around. Kids these days.
He's explaining how to cut down nets. Go up there, cut down just this much, take a little bit of this, and leave the rest of the net up there.
I heard a story. I think it was one of the Cinderella teams a few years back. First day of practice for the new coach. He brought his team and said, hey guys, had all the lights done, illuminated it, and the ladder was sitting right there. He goes, before we do anything, we're going to learn how to cut down nets. That was the first thing he taught. No defense, no 2-3 zone. We're going to go down and try to cut down some nets, which is one of those really cool things because ultimately they made it so far they got to cut down the nets, whether it was their conference tournament, but just a really unique and different thing I thought was awesome.
I love that. I think we're going to see if we can hear from the coach. Let's go downstairs.
All right, guys, we're with Ken Roberts right now. Coach, it's been 3 years. Do you remember how to cut these nets down?
Well, I had to tell the kids. I remember, but the kids didn't. So I think the seniors would have, but I put them in the back.
Very nicely done.
Yeah. That was a good game.
Yeah, great game. We talked about it at halftime, just the way the team came out today, kind of made a statement early on. Talk about the journey this year. I know this has been rough with Kyra going down early, a rough start to the season with some tough opponents, and yet here we are a couple months later. It feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Like I said in the paper at the beginning of the year, I don't think anybody's going to feel sorry for us for not having Kyra. And I said, we're not going to take that approach either. And obviously she's a great player and a great kid. But what these kids did from summer getting ready to play, we knew we weren't going to have her. And they just got better and better as the year went on. So it was a lot of fun.
Start to look at some of the numbers here, especially during the tournament. Ferndale, I think, 34 points. She held Shorecrest under 30. Arlington puts up 44, but a lot of those are in kind of junk time. You hadn't done it, 14 at halftime. Talk about the defense that this team plays and what it's meant for them to get here.
Yeah, you know what? We know we're not the best shooting team, and these kids have totally bought into playing defense. I did not like us fouling, and it was not reffing. It was us fouling, and I'm not happy with that. We work on it a lot. We work on giving space, not hand checking, and we were a little undisciplined today with that. But the effort was always there. They rebounded really well. It did get sloppy at the end, but the game was really a good game.
So I believe it's 5 o'clock Monday night. We find out who the matchups are. Are you going to try to look ahead, figure that out ahead of time? Obviously, you don't have as much time to prepare this week, being that we're going a little bit later.
It's not 5 o'clock Monday either, because there's some tournaments that aren't finishing till Monday. The WIA said the scores have to be in by 5 Monday, so they're going to get the RPI a couple hours later, and then they're going to probably figure out regional sites. I'm thinking Tuesday at noon is more accurate than really Monday night. I mean, it's going to take some time to get all the tournaments, all the regionals, game times, all that stuff. It's going to take a little bit of time. So,
having said that, will you have a chance to start to scout a little bit and look and try to project who you might be playing? Again, shortened week this week, so it's a little bit more challenging.
Let me get this.
Absolutely.
Hey, is this everybody? No, is everybody there?
We're going to let Coach go get to this for a minute.
Okay.
We'll try to get back to him.
All right. And we want to hear from Courtney as well, because she is our fundraising player of the game. So, and one of the great fans of all time, Dick Rodlin, Coach Rodlin, right there, my 7th grade health teacher.
No way.
Yeah.
And look at you now, thriving.
That's right. Great guy, Dick Rodlin, super fan, been honored by the team, so done a great. He's at every single game up in his. He's got to be close to 90, but he's at every single game.
Looks great.
Yeah, he was an official, a coach, one of the better basketball officials.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Coach a question real quick.
Here we go.
Tell me what your thoughts are on Ken Roberts. You just shared them with me in my ear. What did you just say?
Well, I was telling you that Ken Roberts is a genius of a coach. He is amazing on defense. 5 points for a team last night. And what was it tonight? 15? Good job, I'd say.
And one final question for you. Tom Lafferty, the student, good, bad, middle of the road?
He can't remember that
He's
back.
a Hall of Famer. He has to be good from Snohomish.
Appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
I've got to drop off some flowers at Coach Rodlin's place. And we want to hear from Courtney Perry, our player of the game as well, who just had a great game. We're going to hear from her here, I think, momentarily, as they're going up to put up a new net.
Those guys are earning their paychecks for the day, getting the new net up. Hopefully fix the clock up there too, my man. Oh, then there's our buddy over here.
So they're going to put a new. And they're going to get Corey. She gets a round of applause.
All right, the fight song has been sung, and now we're going to give our player of the game, our Adrenaline Fundraising player of the game. Courtney Perry, you've had a few shirts already this year, I think, but you don't have one that says District Champs.
I don't. I do.
Talk about this feeling a little bit. We just talked about it with Coach. Oh, you got a fan here right now. Talk about this feeling right now. Obviously, back when you were a freshman, this team cut down a net, but now that you're a little bit older, how special is this moment?
It's amazing. We've been working hard all year to get here, and I was looking forward to cutting down the net with my team.
For you in particular, we talked about it going into the year, the fact that we had the Twin Towers coming, right? You and Kyra, she goes down. A lot more weight on your shoulders, and you seem to have weathered it just perfectly. Talk about your season, just what it's meant, the journey, losing those games early on, and now we're here and we're watching you guys hold a trophy in the air.
Yeah, over Christmas break we had a rough run where we lost a few games, and we decided we had to bounce back for the new year, and we started it with our Lake Stevens game.
Teams don't forget losses, and we know that your last regular season game was to Arlington. What were you expecting from them coming out, and talk about the execution of this team, not only in the first half, but really that first quarter where you jumped out to that 13-2 lead?
We wanted to beat them. They took our win, so we came out and we had to make our free throws because last time we were 13 for 35. So we decided we'd make them tonight.
I think you were 9 for 10 at one point, so is that something you put a lot of focus into?
Yeah, we practiced them a lot at practice. It was our goal to make them.
All right, and on to the regionals. It's been a couple of years now. How excited are you for that?
We're psyched. I'm so excited.
All right, Courtney, go ahead and enjoy this with your teammates. Best of luck.
Thank you.
So, Alex, the biggest question I have, do we like the untucked shirt?
For Mr. Willits,
Yeah.
I think it's a great look for him.
Okay. All right. We'll stick with the untucked shirt. Thanks for being with us tonight here on STSPN.com. Final score, the Snohomish Panthers defeat the Arlington Eagles 60-44 to win the Northwest District 3A Girls Basketball Championship. The boys game coming up in just a little bit between Marysville Pilchuck and Arlington. For Steve Willits, for Alex Clausius, for Sarah Elvig, for Todd Elvig, for Buddy Patrick, I'm Tom Lafferty. Thanks for being with us from Everett Community College. Good night, everybody.